Okay, here we are in the south of Poland after coming back from Ukraine. By the way, right there is a lens. And do you want to introduce yourself one more time and say where we are?
So, Christopher Jaworski again, and we are at our office, at our headquarters of Adventure Van Conversions in Królowa Polska, which is direct translation is the Queen of Poland.
That's the name. The
That's
name of
the
the
name of the
village.
city. That's the name of the city, of the village, yeah.
And you are a world-renowned converter of vans into these amazing 4x4 all-terrain vans. Like you've
Yeah.
written about. Do you want to explain how famous you are?
Well, we are like really famous in the world of camper vans, right? But we are not like super rock stars. But generally, we are worldwide known. We ship our goods to every part of the world directly. By the way, we are like main supplier of suspensions in Australia of for sprinter vans. Yeah, like modified suspensions. So Mercedes-Benz in America writes about us. A lot of American companies and like blogs and vlogs and whatever, they introduce our work as well. So like we are very like much like virally, we are very very well known. Like if you think of a camper van like that, of Sprinter 4x4, you had to see our work somewhere, you know what I mean? So this is what we do generally.
So why don't you explain how and why did you get involved in taking aid directly into Ukraine?
It was actually in the beginning. It was quite spontaneous idea because I've seen what's happening there, and I'm not the fan of Putin at all. I never was, and generally there is a big message behind it, a little bit, you know, because like the moment I saw that the war started, right? So the first days, the first weekend, let's say that the war started, the first weekend that the war weekend, I
We
went
should interrupt to say this is now the third end of the third week.
the end of the third week.
End of
So
the third week of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
the first free time I had, I just jumped in the car. I went to Przemyśl in Poland,
Yep.
very close to Medyka and
Yep.
Korczowa, where we were yesterday, just to see how big is the scale of the refugee problem and everything. You know what I mean? So like problem, yeah, for them a problem. So I'm not a native English speaker, so please don't take my
you
words
speak
sometimes
really well.
opposite. So so I went there and I saw multiple people running away from their country, and therefore I saw a friend of mine who is like in the camper world. Is he's like from our like camping community, and I saw him with his little camper van like standing out, with awning, and with he was just making food for all these people, like hot food, hot beverages. And that was like I was so inspired, like you know with his job. So I thought, okay, I have so many camper vans, I can do the same thing, right? So, but we changed the game a little bit because we went directly to Ukraine. So we didn't stand in Poland where there was pretty much a lot of aid at this time. We went to Ukraine where the aid was pretty much minimum because Ukrainian authorities couldn't handle that amount of people. So I've organized some people from our camping community, and we went to serve people hot food, beverages, and so on, as long as they were like 2-3 kilometer long lines of people. I will show you that material. You can use it later. And in this time when I was going to Ukraine, I contacted also with Polish Red Cross and Fundacja Bratnia Dusza, and I told them that I'm going there and I can take some loads to Lvov if they need of stuff. And then directly I got a contact to military guys, like to the people who work with military, because we don't encounter the militarians like directly, face to face. You have to be in the game, let's say for a long time, to speak directly to someone really high, like face to face, right? So but these are like resistance people who work with military that you met yesterday. And then therefore I started to organize like all of these transports, and we use our page, our Facebook page and our Instagram page to spread the word that we do this. So the moment that I put on Facebook an information that we want to help Ukraine, people started to call us, doctors started to ship us morphine, and like from all over Poland they started to bring us goods here. Or as you've seen yesterday, we've been picking up some goods on the way.
Yeah.
Plus we also We also did like an action. We sell our merchandise, like our clothes and everything, and all of the money that we earn from that, we spend to organize these transports and just bring more and more help to the Ukraine. So basically, it was a free will idea.
So, last big question, because my students might see this. Generally, I try to offer people lessons for their own life that they can use in whatever they do, in work and in life. What have you learned? What are your biggest lessons, your biggest reflections, maybe that connect what you've done, bringing aid to refugees and medical supplies into Ukraine? What is similar? What do they have in common? Or is there a big lesson that you've learned that you're going to take away for the rest of your life from this?
Well, the main lesson, as you know from other our talks, is that I've been in some other like strange situations in my life. So we were helping in the flooding in Austria when I was there, and many other situations like that. It's just every time that there is a situation like that, I really like to act, not think too much. No, well, thinking is very obviously is very important, but like I start to calculate the risk. I start to calculate the possibilities, and I just want to help. That's all. I don't know why exactly this is happening. You know what I mean? It's just when the war started, when the crisis started, I couldn't sit in the office and in the company all the time. Some people say that you have a really wonderful company, you have good cash, whatever. Why are you doing this? And I just say, it has to be done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because as you've seen, our governments, they do something, but generally the whole Ukrainian crisis and the whole help of the Ukrainian crisis is based on people of free will like me, you, and all other people who work with us. So this is
The response. The response.
this is the response
has
of,
been
of
on
normal, everyday people.
Yeah.
And
Thousands of them.
Thousands of them. And this is why Ukraine is fighting is winning with Russians at the moment, pretty much. At the moment, they are like really big resistance. And it feels really great that you can stop this Putin idi nahuy. Let's say.
Well,
You know what I mean? It's
fight
pretty-
back against the aggression.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's an amazing feeling that you can fight against aggression. It's amazing feeling that you can maybe be a little ant, but this multiple, many thousands of ants are building maybe a better world. Because, for example, I believe, and I hope it will be like that when Putin is
Kaput.
not kaput.
Out.
I hope they take him out of power, like the Russians themselves. If he loses the war, whatever happens, there is a new era for Russia.
Hopefully.
We talked about it. Maybe they all again find a crazy guy, whatever. But there is always a tiny hope that maybe this country will change its perspective on the rest of the world. Because they will be beaten down, so Russia will not be again like the greatest armor country, like be afraid of us, whatever. And there is a hope that maybe they will, let's say, socialize much better with the rest of the world, and the world will be just much more open without stereotypes, without like looking bad on the other guy because he's Russian and he's Polish. There is always this aggression between Polish and Russians. For many years.
The closer the cousins, the harsher the relationship sometimes.
Yeah. So as I said, it's just the matter of the feeling is really good, and when you go to Ukraine, it's like you have to know that you can die there. Yesterday we were there, 500 meters from the place where we were dispatching our goods. Bombs were shot today in the morning. All right, so this is not a joke at all. It is a big risk. Some people say that I am a fool, as some people told you that you are a fool that you are going there. And pretty much they're also a little bit right, because on one hand, it's like, is it worth it to risk your life for not your cause? You know what I mean? But if Putin would take Ukraine in 5 days, as he planned, he would be more, how is it called? Yeah, no, maybe not in Poland, but I think he would go...
Emboldened, meaning he would be encouraged.
I think he will be encouraged, to do some more stuff. Maybe Moldavia, maybe Estonia, maybe to bring back the whole Soviet Union bloc back together. Obviously, it could also be with Poland. So now, because of our resistance, because of resistance of Ukraine, and because of all that we do as Polish people and the whole world, we've met some guys from Portugal who came yesterday with their van of goods. So I hope we are part of this better world,
Mhm.
and it feels just correct, and it feels just great that we can unite.
Mm.
And I am so in love at the moment with Polish people
Yeah, yeah.
that they are so united and they are so much helping Ukrainians that it is.
It's an old stereotype that we are like cats and
Yeah.
we can't be herded. We're always fighting each other until there's a crisis.
Until there is a crisis.
And
When
then we
there is a
finally
crisis, Polish people gather together and
Yeah.
they will fight Putin with bare hands if they need. You know what I mean?
Until we're invaded or until our cousins are invaded.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we suddenly get our act together. All right, thank you very much, Krzysztof. Any final thoughts?
No, it's okay. It's just a final thought. It doesn't matter if you are who you are. You can always help.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. Ask people who can help. Ask organizations. Work with them, and just help other people because this makes us the world, and for yourself much. You feel that as a much better person first of all, but the world is just better when you help.
Yeah, good. All right, thank you.
All right.